In a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers and never-ending traffic, two students, Aryan and Rohan, were the talk of their school. They were both in their final year, preparing for a national-level scholarship exam that could change their lives. Aryan was like the Hare, brilliant, quick-witted, and confident. He barely needed to study because he grasped concepts instantly. Teachers admired his natural intelligence, and his friends envied how effortlessly he excelled. He often boasted, "Why work hard when you can work smart?" Rohan, on the other hand, was the tortoise, quiet, hard-working, and persistent. He wasn't as naturally gifted as Aryan, but he had one quality that set him apart: discipline. Every day he studied for hours, practiced questions, and revised thoroughly. While others partied or played, he stayed focused on his goal. Their school had a mock exam before the big scholarship test. As expected, Aryan scored the highest with minimal effort, and Rohan, despite his hard work, ranked in the middle. Aryan laughed and said, "You're wasting your time, Rohan. I barely studied and still aced it. Imagine if I put in just a little effort. No one could beat me." Rohan smiled and replied, "Maybe. But let's see what happens in the real exam." As the final exam approached, Aryan grew even more overconfident. He believed his talent alone would secure his victory, so he started procrastinating. He skipped studying, played video games late into the night, and assumed he could catch up in the last few days. Meanwhile, Rohan stuck to his routine. Every day he studied a little, practiced diligently, and improved steadily. He didn't aim for quick results, he focused on consistency. The day of the final exam arrived. Aryan, realizing he hadn't prepared enough, panicked. He skimmed through his notes, trying to cram everything at the last minute. But his mind was restless, and his confidence wavered. Rohan, however, felt calm. He had prepared every day, and his knowledge was deeply ingrained. As he sat for the exam, he answered each question steadily without stress or hurry. When the results came out, the school was in shock. Aryan, the genius everyone admired, had failed to make it to the top rankings. He had relied too much on his talent and not enough on his effort. But Rohan, the one who was never considered extraordinary, had not only passed but secured one of the top spots. Aryan couldn't believe it. "How did you do it?" he asked Rohan. Rohan smiled and said, "You ran fast, but you stopped along the way. I walked slowly, but I never stopped." That's why the tortoise wins the race, not just in stories, but in real life too. From that day forward, Aryan learned a valuable lesson. Talent gives you a head start, but consistency wins the race.